On the 20th of November 2024, when a group of unknown private developers invaded the residential quarters of the Nigerian High Commission at Osu in Accra and pulled down this structure belonging to the government of Nigeria under the cover of darkness. This single incident almost jeopardized the long-standing relations between Ghana and Nigeria. However, 4 years down the line, the government of Ghana has delivered on its promise and is handing over a reconstructed facility to the Nigerian authorities.
The reconstructed building represents more than just a physical structure. It embodies the spirit of cooperation and mutual respect that defines our relationship. This explains why the Nigerian High Commission has remained silent on compensation for the huge financial loss it incurred due to the demolished building. As we receive this reconstructed building, we are reaffirming our commitment to strengthen our diplomatic ties, enhancing economic cooperation, as well as mutual understanding between our two countries.
Although the government of Ghana stands by its condemnation for the destruction of the diplomatic property, Foreign Minister Shalia Yakoboche believes the situation could have been averted if the Nigerian High Commission had registered the diplomatic property. She's advising all other foreign missions to do so.
I also would like to take this opportunity to advise that diplomatic missions who are resident in Ghana from time to time take a look at their documents to ensure that their documents are properly registered and regularized. I say this because it was one of the issues that we found out when this issue occurred. And it's not an excuse, and it can never be an excuse for the unfortunate demolition that occurred.
Hi everyone, welcome to Ghana Observer. Today I wanted to talk about what was just reported about the construction or the reconstruction of the building for the Nigerian High Commission. As you can see, the Foreign Minister, Shirley Ayokoboche, was choosing her words carefully. So let's delve into what really happened. Because at the time, a lot of noise was going on about the Nigerian High Commission being attacked, having been pulled down, but it was an attachment. It was attached to the Nigerian High Commission. It was not the Nigerian High Commission. Let's just clear that up. It was an attached building, and we're going to delve into what that building was all about because there was some controversy about it. These are excerpts from an article on My Joy Online dated June 21st, 2020. Nigerian High Commission trespassed on a parcel of land belonging to the Osu Stool, says Paramount Chief of Osu Traditional Area, Ni Okwe Kinka Dowuna. So according to this, armed men have stormed the residence in Accra with bulldozers, demolishing a block of uncompleted apartments on the property. The building was being constructed to house staff and visiting diplomats to the Nigerian High Commission. So folks, let me repeat. The land was supposed to be used to build an apartment that would house staff and diplomats, visiting diplomats. Let's see whether that was what it ended up being used for and the reason why this demolition came about. Because a reason was given before the land was leased. But then the landowners found out that the land was being used, it was being used for a different purpose. So I want us to keep that in mind as we proceed with this story. According to the head of the Osu Traditional Council, however, they were informed that the structure is a planned entertainment complex to be used as an event center for commercial purposes and not a block of flats as purported. The unnamed trespasser was a businessman acting under the cover of a Nigerian diplomat. Let me repeat that. The unnamed trespasser was a businessman acting under the cover of a Nigerian diplomat. See how they try to be sneaky about the whole thing? Let's continue. His intention was to forcibly take over the land under cover of the diplomatic mission from the stool land without redress nor permission of the traditional authority and its council of elders. They were doing some shenanigans. They were trying to run a game. This second article is also from My Joy Online, dated June 22nd, 2020. Speak up against demolition at High Commissioner's residence in Ghana. National Association of Nigerian Traders, NANTS, NANTS, says to international community. And one might ask, what does the National Association of Nigerian Traders have to do with this demolition? To give this context, this was around the time these traders who are in Ghana's retail space were ranting and raving, right? And agitating and disturbing Ghanaians because they would not obey the laws of Ghana and stay out of retail space. So keep that in mind as we proceed with this particular man who is speaking now, called Chukwuemeka Nanji, because he at the time, and I'm presuming he still is, he was the president of the Traders Union. So let's keep that in context as to the propaganda that was going on at this time. He expresses dissatisfaction with ECOWAS, the African Union, and the global community for not acting enough to address this negative trend. It is sad that such unwarranted attack and xenophobia is brewing and the world is watching helplessly or perhaps enjoying the drama which may end tragically. They just throw around that xenophobia word and label. Always crying wolf. Diplomacy is good, and Nigeria has commendably taken the option of diplomacy till date. Yet, folks, you can't make this thing up. Yet, diplomacy has an end. Nigeria should be reminded that reciprocity is also part of diplomacy.
What I know is that they have become one too many. Nigerian living in Ghana is becoming kind of helplessness. We are being attacked here and there, and it seems that government of Ghana have restrained their protection on Nigerians there. I don't know whether they have totally withdrawn it or they are just giving us some kind of protection. From the incident that happened to Seku, where a citizen will walk to somebody's shop and lock it with key, and he called a police to come and stand by for him to lock it. And this one happened that somebody came in the night, not in the day, to break a house belonging to Nigeria government in Ghana. And the police is just 5 minutes drive from the headquarters of police, and they were called for more than 1 hour. This work went on. Nobody saw any policeman here. After they have left, they have finished what they're doing and they're about to go before the police came. None arrests have been made, and that has been it. So I'm afraid that our life is now in danger in Ghana, and I shouldn't hesitate to say that the government of Ghana and the security agencies should protect our lives.
When I say it's Nigerians like this that exhaust you, always whining, always complaining, and in a moment we're going to listen to his cluelessness. He's the leader, so-called leader of, or he's the president of the Nigerian Union in Ghana. And when I say he's clueless about ECOWAS, is this consistent whining? What is he doing on that plot of land, if not to agitate and to cause chaos? And that's why your own Buhari said Nigerians are to blame for how they are treated. Your own President Tinubu is in Paris right now because you guys exhaust people. He has to leave. He's flown away with his wife. He waved you goodbye. You are exhausting. You come into people's space and you don't know how to be peaceful, how to be tranquil, how to be serene. You have to agitate, you have to whine, you have to complain all the time. And we are tired. On top of that, you are clueless about ECOWAS. Let's listen to him.
Good are quoting a certain provision in our constitution which suggests that Nigerians or outsiders who are not Ghanaians should not engage in petty trading. And that is the reason why Guta are actually chasing you out or harassing you. What do you say about that? Should the provision be revised, or what can you say about it?
Yeah, I want the provision to be harmonized. Harmonized in the sense that, you see, I don't want to go into law and policy of a country, but I want to tell you without missing a word that Nigerians are not foreigners when it comes to business doing in Ghana. There's ECOWAS protocol that gives us such a right. Inconsistencies in the side of government is what is affecting everybody here. Because I noticed, I can tell you several times, several ministers, Minister Trade or Foreign Affairs will go to Nigeria and say, listen, the GIPC law 865 at 27 and 28 that restrict the foreigners from participating in retail trade are not meant for ECOWAS citizens.
The fact that we have signed ECOWAS law does not allow you people to engage in the retail trade because we have our sovereign laws and you have to respect our laws. It's never.
It allows
It's never.
Go to court.
It's never.
Okay.
It's never.
Let's calm down here.
Go to court then.
It's never. You don't understand the ECOWAS protocol.
Okay.
You do not understand. You are not informed.
Okay.
No, let me tell you, we don't have a harmonized. We don't have a harmonized law.
What do you mean by harmonized?
Harmonized. Whereby
Okay,
gentlemen.
The ECOWAS
protocol. The ECOWAS protocol only allow you 90 days. The ECOWAS protocol
Can
only
you
allow
just
you
go and
90
read
days.
it, my brother?
Only
You are
90
informed.
days.
Look at the
To
paper
do
you are
whatever
going
business
through.
that you want.
This is the
Hold on.
totally
If you don't
wrong.
know.
What you are
Okay.
having
You don't
is
know
a
the
kind
ECOWAS
of
protocol.
mind.
Nigeria.
You don't know the
Calm down.
protocol.
Please calm
Go
down.
and read it. You are
There
totally
are-
uninformed.
See how loud, aggressive, uninformed, and yet he's calling the person who knows what he's talking about. How can you live in harmony and peace with such an aggressive character? And that is what Ghanaians are like. We can see what is going on, and we are uncomfortable. You are totally wrong. You are the leader. Let me put that in quotes. You know nothing of the ECOWAS rules and laws, nothing of the ECOWAS protocol. But look at how aggressively you are talking in our country. I'm going to do detailed analysis of him to show how ignorant he is. Look at how loud he is. He does not know what he's talking about. He's insisting they can be in retail space. So how are you going to teach or share information with the union? How are you going to share information when you are totally wrong and you are screaming on top of your lungs in ignorance? And this is what Ghanaians see, and we don't like it because we value our peace, we value our tranquility. We want to live in harmony with each other. We do not want to be agitated because retail is not for you. I'll keep repeating it till it gets through some of the thick skulls. It gets through some of your thick skulls. Retail is not for you. And I don't want this video to be long, so I'm going to end it here. But I blame our government and patriotic, visionless leaders. This is your fault. And he calls you out. In one of the videos he appears in, he says Ghana government has no problem with them. So why is it that Guta has a problem with them? Because you are gutless. You cannot enforce the laws for the benefit of your citizens. So how would people who know nothing? Because if our government was doing what it's supposed to, instead of being gutless and spineless, this wouldn't happen.
We don't understand why successive government has not had the courage to enforce this law. We don't just understand.
Okay.
People who know nothing wouldn't be screaming on top of their lungs about nothing and showing off their cluelessness. Do you see why I questioned when I saw him at the site of the demolished building? Why else would he be there if not to pour fuel on the already existing tensions, which most of it was caused by him and his traders who insist on being in retail space? And this was for a building that was going to be used for something else, something apart from what they promised it would be used for. We need to be vigilant. We need to be vigilant. But as I said, I don't want this video to go on too long, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you all so much for listening. Thank you for the continuous support. Please do like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.